Seconds away, round one.
I do have to introduce, we have a very special guest, commentator / timekeeper.
They've given me a live microphone. So I'd just like to say how happy I am. Home. Hughes Academy ring. These blokes. This is the campus. We were here last time. I've missed you. Even Miss Conan. I think the thing I've missed most of all is you. I mean, it's great that you're all here anyway, especially you, Uncle and Auntie. Look, I just want to come out here, I want to say hello, but this show is not about me. A lot of shows are and should be, but this one is not. This is a very special show. I'm honoured to be on the commentary team tonight and to be bestowed the honour of timekeeper. And I really am looking forward to that main event match tonight.
Thank you.
It's over there at the table, and if I need a spare one, Lloyd Morgan's here, top wrestling official. So I'm going to leave you with this. I'm really excited for this show. I'm very excited for what's going to happen in the main event. I hope I can control myself, and I just want to say, I feel the love. I feel the love. Suck hard. Have a good time. I know you have to go back to your real life tomorrow. So I'm going to leave it at that. Before they cut me off, I leave you in the capable hands of the fabulous.
So as I mentioned, the main event tonight will be Frankie Quinn defending the Hughes Academy Championship against Tommy Fusion. But we've also got some awesome matches, so we'll start off hot tonight with our first match of the evening. Introducing first.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, on commentary here's Fabulance Lance Adams, and a special guest with us is AJ Murtaugh, the Scene.
Indeed, I'm here. I hope I didn't cause too much of a scene with my emotional comeback in the ring.
No, it was beautiful.
Yes. Well, we've got a beautiful match ahead of us tonight, Fabulance.
Yeah, up in the ring we got right now, Jack Franko and Spartan. Hell of a match to start off the night with. Jack Franko, one of the youngest, most athletic guys in New Zealand wrestling at the moment, but Spartan, extremely well travelled all over the world. Has gone to the UK recently won a massive title over at IPW.
Yes.
He's a hell of an opponent for Franko.
Yeah, and Franco's having a hell of a time dealing with the Spartan right now. Match like this is going to give Franco a world of experience, but it's also going to give him a world of hurt.
The thing is, I mean, with a match like this, the traditional wrestling rounds match, as much as Spartan's got the experience, as Spartan's got a lot of the power and the technical ability over Franco just needs to get a surprise pinfall twice, and he can get a surprise upset against Spartan. Spartan really needs to be on his guard.
Indeed he does.
I mean, you know, you can be beaten at any time by any person who gets a lucky shot on you. And with a rounds match, your opponent's got multiple times to get that lucky shot. But I tell you what, getting a lucky shot on a guy like Spartan, who is so technically sound, so powerful, is very, very hard to take advantage of.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're in the ropes there now. It's going to break a hole.
We're deep in now into our first fall. First round, I should say, and so far both of these men just really feeling each other out, getting through the technical game, and Spartan really seems to be dominating this. We've gone from a target in the arm and now going for a very nice looking waist lock. Jack managing to counter out of it though.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can't doubt the tenacity of Franco. He's going to keep fighting, he's going to keep coming at Spartan.
Yeah, he is. He's a tough guy. He's a fast guy. But I tell you what, Spartan, people often overlook him as being a power guy and a speed guy. But I tell you what, his technical game is on point. Probably one of the best in the country at the moment.
Absolutely, and we're almost inside the last minute of this round.
And big shoulder block.
Absolutely.
I'd say that talking about the power game of Spartan there, we just saw it right there.
1 minute remains in the round. 1 minute.
Spartan letting Franco out of the corner after almost getting right to the end of the referee's count.
Indeed, and it's who's going to get that first fall is going to have a huge advantage.
And you're right, that first fall is a massive psychological boost for you. If either of these men get that first fall, straight away they know they need only one more lucky shot in order to win the whole match. And Franco really seems to be playing right into Spartan's game. You know, Spartan seems to be wanting to wrestle a technical match tonight, and Franco doesn't seem to be trying to get out of that technical game.
Yeah, I think he may want to change things up, focus on the speed rather than the technical.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about these rounds, it lets you reassess your strategy, see how it's working for you, and I think Franco's going to need this break in order to reassess what he's up to right now. And there we have it, the end of the first round. No falls, but we're ending it with a decisive shot there from Spartan with that big shot. Maybe a little bit of a dirty tactic there from Spartan there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he deliberately did that after the bell.
Well, I hope he did, personally. You know how I feel about professional wrestling and dirty tactics.
I don't know if Spartan would do that deliberately.
No, he certainly doesn't have the, let's say the intelligent fortitude to do that.
In saying that, though, we've seen a bit of a darker side from Spartan recently, and Kartik, the last time we were in action back at the end of 2023, was almost laying a bit of an accusation there on Spartan that he was responsible for some of the backstage attacks we've had recently. So maybe we are seeing a bit of a darker time here from Spartan, I don't know.
Well, he's currently doing press-ups in the ring.
And we're here now, we're into the second fall of the match. The second round of the match,
Second
I should
round,
say, sorry.
that's right. He'll test his strength.
It looks like, I don't know, Franko right again, going back to the technical game on Spartan.
Lured him in. Just how unusual it's got to be for New Zealand wrestlers competing on a night like this, because this is not the norm.
Yeah, traditional rounds used to be the way of doing things, and if you go into England, it's extremely common over there.
Yeah.
Which is maybe where some of the advantage for Spartan's coming from.
Oh, absolutely.
But as you said, it's not something you see very often. And I've wrestled a rounds match once before. I don't know if you have.
No.
It's-
I unfortunately have not.
It's a very difficult match to win. You've really got to be watching not only what your opponent's doing, but really keeping an eye on the time as well. So your attention is split so many different ways. Psychologically, this can be a really hard match to win.
Absolutely. We are coming up to the 1 minute mark in this round. Still 4 minutes left to go.
It seems like
In round 2.
Franco's trying to get in. It seems like he's in his own head right there, taking a bit of a breather, trying to get the fans on board, and maybe using the fans as a bit of a distraction there for Spartan. Again, going straight for that cheap shot with a kick to the gut.
But man, strikes may be what he needs to do against Spartan.
Well, I don't know if I'd want to trade strikes. I don't know if I'd want to trade strikes with Spartan, but I tell you what, trading a technical game with him sure as hell isn't working.
I don't think I'd want to trade cards with Spartan. This guy's a beast.
I wouldn't even want to trade Pokemon cards with Spartan.
Whoa.
He's a powerful man.
That's a big call.
But Franko seems to have a bit of a strategy here. He keeps going back for that headlock, and maybe the strategy here is just exhaust Spartan, get him to keep countering out of this move.
Yeah. I mean, you control the head, you control the body.
You can do a lot of damage. People overlook the headlock, but you're squeezing on someone's head. It can really do some damage to your jaw and your ability to breathe, but I don't know if Franko was trying to jump over Spartan there.
Yeah, maybe a leapfrog, but I think Spartan literally used his head there, and he's just going to go after that leg.
I mean, we've seen Spartan use the spear before. I don't think we've seen him spear a person's leg.
No. First time for everything.
And it looks like the match has evolved from the technical game to much more of a much more brutal striking game. And
heavy suplex there.
And it looks like it's happening against Franco's will. We're just saying Franko needs to evolve the match a little bit, and it certainly isn't by his doing. But Franko's still having the wherewithal to get to the bottom rope. At the end of the day, this is still a wrestling match. The ropes still break a hold. And Spartan is smelling blood in the water. He is going straight for that leg. I don't know if it was an accident. I don't know if that was Spartan's deliberate tactic to go for the leg there. Spartan has evolved his game straight away as soon as he sensed a weakness.
That's what made Spartan so successful all these years.
He's such a dangerous competitor. He can evolve and move through his match so quickly and move his strategy depending on how his opponent goes so fast.
And he's a multiple-time champion to boot. I mean, Maniacs New Zealand Tag Team Wrestling Champion.
Yeah.
He's held the Hughes Academy Championship. Current IPW New Zealand Heavyweight Champion. I mean, he's at the peak of his career.
Yeah, the man's held titles everywhere he's gone.
Exactly. And Franco's just at the start of his career. He wants very much to set a pace and make a statement.
And tell you what, if you want to make a statement, Spartan's the guy to make a statement against. If you can beat Spartan, that is one hell of a statement.
Yeah, and look at this. This could be a statement right now.
Franko really firing up there. Going for a massive drop kick. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to be doing with an injured leg.
I think he got all of it, though. Just the one count, though.
But still, I mean, that's the first time we've seen Franko go for a fall.
1 minute remains in the round. 1 minute.
That's the first time we've seen Franko go for a fall on Spartan. So psychologically for Spartan now, he knows he's on the ropes a little bit.
Yes, figuratively and literally.
Oh, well, we saw Spartan chop Franko, chop him inside out right at the end of round 1, and it looks like Franko is going to deal it back to him for round 2. But I mean, we know we've got less than a minute now of round 2, and Franko isn't going for the win.
Matter of fact,
we're not seeing a lot of
20 seconds remaining.
And you think at this point in the match, you see a bit of desperation from Franko, really trying to get that first fall.
Yeah, Franko getting their shoulder up.
Going for that big suplex, but
just one.
The beating that that Franko's taken so far was a little bit slow getting to that cover. And there we are, the end of the second round. And again, part of the change in strategy that you have to do for a rounds match, Franko was securely on top at this point. He was dealing the offense against Spartan, and straight away Spartan's now sort of escaped from that offense. gives Spartan some time to recover and come back on top. You're basically wrestling singles match after singles match after singles match with a reset after each one, and that's such a hard strategy. And here we go, straight into round 3. And yeah, you get your time to catch your breath back, but the adrenaline is flowing through you when you're wrestling, and if you stop for a minute to get your breath back at the end of a round, all of those injuries and all of those little niggles, you suddenly start feeling them. And you can see Franko now limping a little bit.
Yep.
Sort of screaming a little bit when he's putting his knee down. He's really dealing with an injury at this point. And Spartan is seeming to take the third fall a little bit light. Playing some games with Franko there and then picking the leg straight away with him.
Enziguri, I don't know how much of it he got.
I think Franko saw that leg attack coming a mile away. Maybe he was hamming it up a little bit for Spartan. Luring in that. Enziguri took Spartan off his feet.
Spartan back in control.
Well, as you said, I don't know if he got all of it, and maybe it wasn't enough to stun Spartan. Oh, what a massive scoop slam. And I thought we were going to see Franko go back into control after that Enziguri. But it looks like Spartan's powered through it.
I think all we really saw was Franko go back into the mat.
Oh, that's part of his spine certainly did.
Yeah.
And again, going into the third fall, and Spartan is firmly in control.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would give the first round, if we were scoring on points, to Spartan. Second round I'd give to Spartan as well, but the end there, Franko made a good account to give himself.
And that's the heartbreaking thing about the end of that round, is Franko was really starting to get some momentum behind him, really starting to fire up.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the bell rings, gives Spartan that ability to get back in control, and that shin breaker from Spartan.
Yeah, you give Spartan an inch, he's going to take a mile in there.
He absolutely will, and how experienced this man is. If he has an opportunity to get back in control, he will take it. Franko screaming in pain. Franko, that might have been a good place to just lay on your back, get a fall against you, and recover that leg for a little bit. You kick out, sure, you're still in the match, but you've got Spartan on control. He's going to do more damage to that leg. These stomps are vicious. Right to the side of the ribs, really stopping Franko getting his win back. Oh, and again, one of those big chops. Franko still fighting back though, ducking those lines. Oh, going for a big crossbody, taking
This could be 1, 2.
Oh, that is such a close fall there from Franko.
Yeah, Franko's best shot so far.
It is, and if he wants to get the first fall, he needs to stay on Spartan now. He's got Spartan stunned. Big suplex, but the damage done to his ribs and the damage done to his legs. Franko's struggling he's struggling to get covers. Had he gotten that cover quickly on that big suplex, he might have gotten the first fall. And going for a modified famouser at that point, taking Spartan down. Driving Spartan's head right into the mat, forehead first. And again, such a close fall at that point. Franko, again, the damage done to him. He was so slow getting to that pinfall. If he'd been a little bit faster, you saw Spartan clutching at the head. He might have actually gotten the fall at that point. But Spartan, we saw Franko deliver an Enziguri, and there's one from Spartan. And I think he got all of it there. Franko looks unconscious.
Oh, no.
Oh! Maybe Franko was playing games at this point.
Oh!
God. The first fall in the third round goes to Jack Franko.
As a result of that pinfall, the third round has come to its end.
And Franko has the first fall. He only needs one more fall to win. And you saw he didn't get that fall through brutality and power. He got it through tactics.
Exactly.
Franko played a little bit of possum, lured Spartan in, and straight away with a roll-up.
Yeah, but can he do it again is the big question.
Well, he only needs to do it once. Spartan needs to do it twice.
Exactly.
And Spartan at this point, he knows he's in danger. Look at the look on his face. He is, I don't want to say
annoyed.
panicking, but he's not happy. Oh my God! And you can tell he's not happy with that vicious clothesline.
Full on scoop and
It's the modified TKO.
that's got to be it. No. Only 2, says referee Matt
I
Rhodes.
thought that was going to be the fastest end to a fall of all time.
I was just kidding. I knew his name the whole time.
He'll be heartbroken if you didn't. We see Spartan, maybe he was playing a couple of games with Franko in those first 3 falls. This is some heavy-duty aggression that we're seeing out of Spartan. He is staying on the offense. That big TKO, I thought that was the end of Franko for the 4th fall, but Spartan now is just delivering the punishment.
I think Spartan may just crush him to death, but Franko in. Oh, up and over.
Well, what we said earlier, though, Franko is a tough competitor, and when he can take a lot of offense. Oh my God, what a knee.
And give a lot of offense too.
Oh my God. I have never seen Spartan deliver a spear like that. And we are tied up 1 apiece.
The pinfall concludes that round.
That spear from Spartan. My God. He almost cut Franko in half with that.
Yeah, incredible.
And we're going in for the 5th round now.
Yeah, I believe so, round 5.
And Franko can't even get to his feet at the end of the 4th round after that.
Tied up 1 fall apiece though.
1 fall apiece, and Spartan is obviously feeling confident. He's almost geared up in the position that he takes when he's delivering the spear. I think we're going to see a hyper-aggressive Spartan at this point. Franko's getting that surprise fall in the 3rd round seems to have awoken something in Spartan, awoken a bit of aggressiveness that he was holding back.
For sure.
And maybe Spartan was looking at playing a gentleman's game in the first 3 rounds, but this match is quickly devolving into something different. Look at the hatred on both of these men's face. I thought they were... Beginning of the match, it looked like they were playing a little bit of a friendly game with each other, but these two this match is devolving. And just absolutely throwing some haymakers at this point. Oh, but Franko was keeping up with Spartan. Oh my God.
I felt that chop.
Oh, and Franko delivers. Oh, but what a kick. And that was
Kick
to the
completely took Franko out of it.
It looked like to the side of the jaw, Franko.
Referee's checking on him.
I don't know why Spartan didn't go for a pinfall at that point. That could have easily been his winning fall.
Yeah. A rare slip up by Spartan.
And maybe it's not a slip up. Maybe Spartan wants to set an example here for Franko after getting that surprise pinfall and maybe shoving him a little bit. But Spartan might be getting a little bit pissed off at Franko at this point. He's clearly got something planned for Franko at this point, setting him up in the corner.
Yep.
Franko.
I don't think it's a late Christmas present.
Well, not for Franko anyway. Spartan. Oh my God! And what a cannonball! The whiplash that Franko's got to be feeling.
Spartan letting these fans get on him, that's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, normally Spartan doesn't really interact with the fans as much. He's a little bit more jovial with them. He seems to be a little bit more disrespectful with them. That's what I'm saying. We're seeing a little bit more of an aggressive Spartan than we normally see at this point.
Yeah.
Franko might have awoken something in Spartan. And here's clearly Spartan toying with Franko, going back to the leg.
Well, you know, I've been telling Spartan for years that he's up the aggression. He often comes to me for counsel and advice. So
I'm sure he does.
looks like it's paying off.
He's certainly getting advice from someone. It's certainly paying off. And Spartan going back to that target, going back to that weakness on the left leg of Franko. Oh my God, Spartan using the experience and the ring generalmanship of Spartan there, really just using the ropes to deal offense to Franko.
Out of character, but effective. I like it.
Well, exactly, yeah.
It's my style.
You can't fault the strategy, but The character might be a little bit outside of what we normally see from Spartan, but Franko firing back. He is not willing to lay down.
Well,
oh, again, going back to that drop kick.
right to the sternum of the Spartan as well. That's going
I was
to
gonna
mess up your
say,
airflow.
That went straight to the midsection. That can drive the wind straight out of you. Doesn't matter how powerful you are, doesn't matter how fast you are. If you can't breathe, you can't fight. And Franko now keeping the offense on the Spartan, and this is what Franko needs to be doing. Getting on top of Spartan and staying on top of him. Don't give Spartan a chance to get his breath back.
Bulldog, but he's taken too long with the cover.
He is, and there's been a weakness for Franko. Oh! We almost had our third fall at that point. And what an upset would have been if Franko had gotten the second fall definitively on Spartan. Franko, the beating he has been taking so far, he is slow to his feet.
1 minute remains in this round. 1 minute.
And hearing a call like that, you know you've got 1 minute, you know the damage you've taken, you've got to get that win. That has got to do so much for you. He's got to be feeling desperation at this point, Franko. I know Franko was going for a big super kick at that point, but clearly the investment that Spartan has made into that leg has paid off. And Spartan has that single leg Boston Crab in deep for Franko. Franko wants to get to the rope. He's got to not only power through the pain, but drag Spartan's weight. And Spartan's a big man.
Yeah, and Spartan's got a backside to backside. Just from a purely balance point of view, that's the best place to be. It's very hard to straighten your leg when someone's over top of you like that.
Well, exactly, yeah. It's an interesting strategy. Normally you'd want to be standing a little bit up, squatting down on a Boston Crab, and that gets you a lot of the leverage to attack the leg in the back. But Spartan knows if he basically sits on Franko, he can't get to the ropes.
Of the round.
And I tell you what, that was probably the only thing that could save Franko at that point, was you ringing the bell.
One more round.
We're now going into the 6th round. This match is getting into the deep waters, but I'm not entirely sure if Franko can even stand.
This will be the 6th and final round in this match.
And this might be the last round, but it could be a short round. I don't know if Franko can stand. He certainly had to use the ropes to get to his feet.
Yeah.
And Spartan has got to be feeling confident at this point.
Ring the bell! And the referee can call it any time.
And Spartan going straight for that leg. Spartan is not wanting to be paid by the hour for this last fall, going straight back to where he finished. The 5th fall on, going straight into a submission hold. And this, as we just saw there, it's such a dangerous hole to be in. Not only is Spartan wrenching on your legs so you can tap out, if you pass out for a little bit from the pain, you could get pinned, technically.
Yeah, 100%. And Spartan knows that.
And that's what we're talking about, that technical game that Spartan's learned over in the UK and has been bringing to the force in New Zealand. It really seems to be working for him. It worked for him in the first 2 rounds, and now he's obviously going back to it for the 6th round.
And ducks the line. The second attempt.
And that is going to be a desperation lariat there from Franko. Sure, he got Spartan down, but Franko has been slow to capitalize on this momentum.
The lariats that Franko is throwing are hurting Franko.
Well, the thing is, if you want to throw an effective lariat, a lot of the power doesn't come from your arms, it comes from your legs. You've got to push off almost like a boxer's punch. And if Franko can't push off that back foot because his left foot's injured, he's not going to get as much power as he could, or it's going to take him longer to recover. Oh! But Franko there sacrificing the leg a little bit to get a big heel kick on to Spartan. And it looks like the adrenaline is surging for Franko, going straight back up. Oh, the big rolling clothesline on a Spartan.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what he was going for, but it worked anyway.
I thought he might have been going for a flatliner at that point.
Yeah, that's what I
but
think he was going for as well. But
I tell you what, if you can get your opponent off the feet, then hell, it's good offense.
the only reason he didn't pull off that flatliner is because he had so much momentum, and that momentum went straight through Spartan.
Oh! Speaking of momentum going through someone.
That was just a dead-end stop
It
for
was.
Franko.
And straight to the midsection. That is going to prevent you from breathing and getting your recovery.
Oh.
I think Spartan was looking to talk some trash there to Franko, but as we've said already, Franko is a tough opponent, and he is not willing to take that. Oh! Almost a brainbuster there from Spartan. Again, the viciousness that we're seeing out of Spartan is unlike what we normally see from him. And Spartan going straight back to that leg. He almost got this in the fifth fall, and straight back onto this Boston Crab. And you can see they're sitting on Franko, so sure you get a little bit less leverage.
That's it.
Heartbreakingly, Franko taps out. Your winner of the match, Spartan! As you can see, Frank, the technical gifts there from Spartan. He might not have been getting the leverage on the Boston Crab by sitting on Franko, but Franko knew full well he could not get to the ropes. And we had 2.5 minutes left on that fall. I'm not sure Franko could have lasted for 2.5 minutes in that Boston Crab.
Well, I don't think he could have lasted 2.5 seconds longer in that half Boston Crab.
It was
Now what's this?
it was nasty. And
Smack him in the face, Spartan.
I don't know what we're seeing from. I don't know if he's offering his hand to Franko. Yeah. Well, we saw this match break down into some viciousness, but it looks like Franko and Spartan are still friends. And Franko might have come out on the losing end, but what a showing he had against Spartan. Getting the first fall on Spartan, surprisingly, and Franko weathered everything Spartan had to offer. Franko, you might have lost tonight, but you sure as hell made a statement.
Get out of the ring. Good match. Oh, yeah, just pull the hair more. Okay. Lots of... Dorian Weber fresh off a match at the Hayle dojo just 24 hours ago. Looking to prove a harder, more focused, brutal side to his repertoire tonight. Here he comes, water spitting enthusiast Kokiri, shaking hands with his adoring unwashed mass fans. They're fabulous. I was just singing the praises of Kokiri.
He is one hell of an athlete, a guy that's been dealing open challenges against a lot of the Hughes Academy roster and might have come up against the losing end for a lot of them, but I tell you what, Kokiri always says, even if he doesn't win, he still walks away from a match with something, and even if that's a little bit of learning.
I would have said Happy New Year's. It was just aware it was January 7th.
I must admit I forgot that it was January.
That's why they pay us the big bucks to sit here and talk about the action.
Professionalism. The interesting match that we got here is Kokiri. Kokiri and Dorian have fought each other once before. Dorian coming out on the winning end, I believe, if memory serves me right. But Kokiri has won matches since then. He's learned a lot. He's brought a lot of power game and a lot of aggression to his most recent matches and has come out on top because of it. So we're really seeing Kokiri's game evolve here over the last couple of months.
Yeah, and I think his mind games have evolved as well. I was just saying while you were making your way back to the from the ring that last night Dorian Webber made a really good accounting of himself at the Hayle dojo in a very different, hard-hitting, down-to-the-mat style than he may usually employ. I'm hoping to see him employ some of that tonight.
And that's the great thing about Dorian Webber. It's he plays his games, he plays a lot of mind games, and a lot of his opponents sort of write him off as a bit of a goofball. But Dorian Webber knows exactly where he is in the ring. He knows exactly what he's doing. He might seem that he's just being silly and he's unsure of himself, but Dorian knows exactly what his tactics are. And if you accidentally fall into the traps that Dorian Webber leads for you, if you accidentally think that he doesn't know what he's doing, you take him lightly, he will make you pay for it.
Yeah, look, Dorian Webber almost became the Hughes Academy champion at the end of last year in a really closely contested last person standing match with Frankie Quinn.
That's a good point. Dorian Webber often gets written off as someone who's a bit of a lightweight, but I tell you what, that match against Frankie Quinn for the Hughes Academy Championship went right down to the wire and was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, it went a long way in establishing who Dorian Webber really is.
I tell you what, if it didn't awaken the Hughes Academy roster and the fans to how tough Dorian Webber is, then I don't know if they were watching the same match I was.
No, but we could have a third no. Webber maintaining the leverage of that headlock.
And the technical game of Webber is excellent. Maybe not almost to the level of Spartan, but Dorian Webber, and again, gets written off as a bit of a silly guy, but his technical game is excellent. Again, wrestling Kokiri down, and he's got the strategy. Kokiri is definitely the bigger man. He's definitely the stronger man.
Yep.
But strength doesn't mean an awful lot if you're on your back.
And I would argue that the longer this match goes, it's a bit of a cliche, but the more it's going to favour Webber as the smaller, lighter, more athletic man.
Well, absolutely, and it seems Webber here is just grinding Kokiri, not letting him get out of first gear, not letting him deploy the power game. And if Dorian can keep this tactic up for as many rounds as possible, he could just grind Kokiri down into, submission or pinfall wins for himself.
And who do you think the fans are getting behind here? It's got to be Dorian, right?
Well, you'd like to think Dorian, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty clearly Kokiri.
Yeah.
Dorian would like to think it's him.
I'd like to think it was Dorian too. Oh.
But we're seeing a masterful strategy here from Dorian Webber. Kokiri, I don't know if he's got a single bit of offense in against Dorian Webber. Dorian has recognised the power game of Kokiri and has completely neutralised it in the first fall. And it looks like he's just running out the clock. And sure, a headlock might not win you a match.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the previous match, though, control the head, control the body, and this is a perfect example of it.
Well, exactly, and maybe it's in Kokiri's best interest to just tap out, end the fall, reset yourself in the round, and then try and deploy the power game again. Kokiri trying to work his way to the feet out of this headlock.
1 minute remains in this round. 1 minute.
The mic was turned off.
Let's see. 50 seconds remain in this round. 50 seconds. It was a technical difficulty and it wasn't my fault.
Kokiri here really managing to get himself to his feet at this point, but Dorian Webber has not released a single bit of that headlock.
No. I wish that these fans would pay attention to this masterful wrestling by Dorian Webber.
Dorian's doing an excellent job, and that has got to be... We talked about Dorian's mind games. I mean, that has got to be weighing heavily on Kokiri, some desperation at this point. You hear your call about you've got a minute left, and the heart rate's got to be increasing, but look at it. What we're seeing here is Kokiri straight in for almost like a Texas cloverleaf. Trying to roll Dorian Webber over. This is a right at the end of the fall. And it looked like Kokiri was finally starting to get some offense in against Dorian, but Dorian shut that down, managing to fight off the Texas
Round one
cloverleaf.
has come to an end. Please refrain from feeding or watering the wrestlers.
Like you had any doubts on who the wrestlers like better, the fans like better? It's clearly Kokiri. I don't see anyone offering Dorian water.
Dorian doesn't need water. He's 70% H2O at all times. He maintains peak hydration.
It certainly looks like he's well hydrated, staring daggers into Kokiri. We talk about desperation at this point. Kokiri, no, that first round did not go to his liking. Kokiri's going to be looking to deploy the power game against Weber as quickly as possible, and it looks like that's exactly what we're seeing. We saw Kokiri go for a Texas cloverleaf in the first round, and here we are straight
This
away.
time he gets it.
I don't know if we're...
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. We're singing it. I think that was the quickest end to a fall we've ever seen.
The winner of the first fall is Kokiri.
And I don't know if that was if there was one hell of a strategy there by Dorian Weber. If he'd left that Texas cloverleaf on for much longer, that would have done some big damage to the knee and to the thigh muscle. Dorian gets a quick tap out, ends the fall, gets out of the hold.
A strategic tap out.
It is a strategic. Sure, you give up a hold, but save yourself getting some untold damage. It's a risky strategy, though. Kokiri just needs to hit one big move on Dorian, and he wins the match.
Here we are, round 3 underway.
It looks like that both of these men know exactly the position they're in. Dorian coming straight out of the blocks with a big attack onto Kokiri. But Kokiri, he knows he only needs to win one fall, go straight onto the deploying the power game against Dorian. Oh, and the big strike to the midsection. It might have been a tactical tap out for that first fall. But Dorian's put himself in a very risky position. And you would see the desperation kicks right to the midsection and the sternum area of Kokiri.
Beautiful snapmare.
Oh, and followed up by a wonderful neck snap.
Yep. 2, no.
Oh, and Dorian almost getting a 3 fall after that.
Yep.
A 3 count, I should say.
Would have been good if he could have hooked that leg, but nonetheless,
Well,
full body contact.
I think Dorian was just going for speed onto that cover. We saw Franko in the previous match be slow getting covers and maybe missing falls that he could have otherwise won, but Dorian is straight into that cover and then straight onto the attack of Kokiri's arm.
Yeah. Hammerlock with the rope.
And I tell you what, both of the men we saw in the previous match, Franko and Spartan, very honourable men, didn't want to use the ring and the ropes too much until it was desperation, but we're not going to see any of that sort of... We're not going to see any qualms about cheating from Dorian Weber.
No, because he is a smart man, and that is the difference.
Wow. You call it smart, it's a little bit underhanded. But Dorian
I'll
is...
give you that. Kokiri's hand had to go under the rope to be in that position.
Now, I'll tell you what, though, like, you call it smart, you call it underhanded. What you can always call it, though, is effective.
And I do.
And it is Kokiri's game a lot is in his power and in his striking. If Dorian can neutralize one of his arms, obviously that takes away that left arm and it takes away the jab that Kokiri is very efficient in doing. And Kokiri
There's 2 there.
managing to roll out of that pinfall, not quite as much of a powerful kick out as we'd normally see from a man like Kokiri. And maybe that's the offense that Dorian Weber's delivering to Kokiri, really driving the wind out of him, driving the exhaustion into him. Kokiri trying to fight back. Oh, and fighting back, ducking the line straight into a back suplex. Kokiri there, the learnings that he's had over the last couple of months on his Road of Warriors, really countering out of that clothesline into a back suplex. I don't think I've seen that before.
Oh.
Oh!
Weber blocks snake eyes.
Weber has clearly done his scouting. He knew that Kokiri normally goes for a snake eyes when he gets a man on his shoulders. Managing to block that. Going for a victory
Sunset
roll.
flip.
A sunset flip, I should say, sorry.
That's it.
And getting it. Dorian there.
The winner of the second fall, Dorian Weber.
And what we can call that is clearly tactics from Dorian Weber getting the pinfall. He'd done his homework with Kokiri, he'd scouted out the snake eyes, and Dorian Weber went straight into countering that. And look at the face of Kokiri. He knows he's just messed up. He knows...
Frustration.
Yeah, he's so frustrated and so angry. And I tell you what, I don't know if I'd want to be in Dorian Weber's shoes having a pissed off Kokiri across the other side of the rings here.
Yeah, I don't think I could pull off those shoes that Dorian Weber's wearing, so I agree.
There is that too. And Kokiri's firing himself up here, getting back into his own head, going... And Dorian Weber, the master of the mind game. The master of the mind game, playing with the crowd.
This is fantastic.
And Kokiri doesn't want any part of... Oh, that's disgusting!
Oh, disgusting but effective.
Again, with like I said before, with wrapping the arm around the ropes. Disgusting but effective.
Kokiri was thirsty earlier.
Wow. Maybe Dorian was just trying to keep him hydrated.
Exactly. Like I said, Weber operates at peak hydration. He's got plenty to spare.
And it looks like that sharing of the hydration there is
It's a
really
pin there, ref.
taking Kokiri off his game. Oh, but there's a pin there, ref, too.
Oh, gosh.
Dorian knew exactly where he was in the ring, though, clutching at the ropes.
Always questioned referee Conan Wood.
He was a little bit slow getting to the pinfall at that point.
It's definitely a little bit slow. Oh, that was terrifying. Oh!
Dorian may have just
Oh my
the
God.
advantage that he had against Kokiri, being a little bit slower. Oh, what a big headbutt. Takes Dorian Weber down.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
That spitting water in the eyes from Dorian Weber might have bought him a little bit of offense, but I think it just awoke something in Kokiri, really pissed him off. And we're going to see some... But Dorian Weber, no. I thought we were going to see some big offense there from Kokiri, but
Smartly to
Dorian,
the ropes.
as I said, he's a smart competitor, went straight to the ropes, knew where he was in the ring. Oh, what a double axe handle, straight to the midsection. Kokiri lining something up there in the corner, maybe a little bit slow, allowing Dorian a bit of time to recover. Oh, no. A modified bulldog driving the head of Kokiri right into the mat.
And that doesn't tickle, I can tell you that.
No, it's a very slept-on move, but the entire weight of Dorian Weber driving the face of Kokiri into the mat, there's nothing there to stop it. It can do an awful lot of damage to your nose, to your forehead, it can stun you. If you hit it right, it can knock a man unconscious. And Dorian's slowing down the pace, going back to the arm that he was dealing with earlier.
Taking him apart piece by piece.
Dorian knows he's in control at this point. He is controlling the pace, controlling the attack. And Dorian Weber is sensing some weakness in Kokiri, and he is going straight for it. And this is a move the Tower of London, you see a lot of it in British wrestling. Dorian Weber was using it to great effectiveness against Frankie Quinn. Quite recently, locking it straight in.
Yep.
A move made famous by Johnny Saint. And again by the grizzled young vets, if you want a little bit more of a modern reference.
I love all your references.
Now with this move, it stretches your shoulder. You can see Dorian Weber there pushing against the back of the head of Kokiri, so it stops you breathing as much as you should. Stretches your tricep up. It does a lot of damage to your arm. And just as Kokiri was looking to counter out of that move, Dorian sensed it and transitioned almost into a modified Fujiwara armbar. And if Dorian can drive Kokiri down to the mat and lock in this Fujiwara properly, that could be the end of it for Kokiri. Oh! Kokiri knew where he was, straight to the ropes.
Now Dorian needs to stay on him. It's frustrating he got to the ropes, but he's got to stay on him.
Well, you saw that little bit of, that little vicious kick to the back of the armbar of Kokiri there. Dorian is certainly staying on Kokiri. And Dorian here slowing down the pace a little bit. Really needs to be driving the offense at this point. Kokiri's down. And oh my God. Dorian using his own knee to apply pressure to Kokiri's leg. To Kokiri's arm, I should say.
These moves aren't just going to hurt the elbow, they're going to hurt the bicep, the chest.
They do. They
Everything
rip.
just twisted, ripped, like you're saying.
They do. They rip every muscle in that sort of area. The tricep, the bicep, the shoulder, even the pectoral muscle that just pulls it right to the maximum. And that chop, you see where Dorian's targeting those chops. It's to the left pectoral muscle that he was just attacking with that Tower of London.
And that's close to the heart as well, so that's...
It is. It does damage to your lungs. It does damage to an already damaged pectoral muscle.
1 minute remains. 1 minute remains.
And Kokiri is right in control of the offense here, managing to counter out of fire up against some of Dorian's cheap shots. But again, Kokiri taking a little bit too long and giving Dorian time to recover. And again, Dorian does not let an opportunity go to waste, going straight back on the offense with that modified armbar. You can see Dorian there trying to clutch his own wrist. He's trying to get that locked in. Kokiri's fighting out of it. Oh! That kick to the underside of the shoulder. I think Dorian knows here. Might not get a tap out in the last 30 seconds of this fall, but going back to the headlock, just grinding Kokiri down. I think Dorian Webber at this point is just trying to last out the fall so he can get back on the offense and a fresh encounter. Kokiri looking for, I don't know if this is maybe a modified guillotine. And if you can lock a guillotine in properly, you don't need 30 seconds to make a man tap. You can make a man pass out in 3 or 4 seconds with a move like this. But not quite enough as the fall comes to an end.
That bell signifies the end of the round.
And that was a risky strategy there for Dorian, trying to get a cheap shot in against Kokiri.
Yeah, absolutely.
Conan using a little bit of leeway, but that could have very easily been a disqualification.
Yeah, it looks like Dorian's certainly the worse for wear now, dangling over those ropes in the corner.
But that guillotine that Kokiri had locked in right at the end there, that is a vicious maneuver, and if that can really drive the wind out of you, it can choke you out in a matter of seconds.
Absolutely.
And Kokiri had that on for a good 15 seconds. Dorian's got to be feeling this. But Kokiri, it looks like the exhaustion is setting in, trying to fire himself up, and we go into the 5th fall now. But Dorian looked like he has got his wind back. He is fresh.
Oh.
A big surprise crossbody off the middle rope. Kokiri using his power game to his advantage, rolling Dorian Webber over. I don't know if he was going back into that guillotine. Dorian trying to go for that crossbody one more time. But 2 moves right in a row like that. Kokiri saw that coming, and a rib breaker and a strong slam.
That could be it. 2 in.
Oh
no!
Almost a 3 count there from Dorian onto Dorian Webber. Kokiri now using a little bit of time to get his breath back. That arm has got to be screaming in agony.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as strong as Kokiri is, picking up another man with one injured arm, it can be bloody hard to recover from.
What was Kokiri thinking here, though?
I don't think I've ever seen Kokiri move to the first rope, let alone the second.
This is both exciting and terrifying.
Wow, we talked earlier about things that Dorian had.
My New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we talked about things that Kokiri's learned over his Road of Warriors. And this might be a little bit of new. Big elbow drop. Dorian Webber rolling straight out of the way.
And the elbow connects with the
bat. The injured arm. Dorian is smelling blood.
1, 2. No.
I thought that was, like you, I thought that was the end of the fall.
Yeah, I was going to ring the bell.
Driving your own injured elbow straight into a hard wrestling mat, and then follow it up by, I don't know if that was a leg drop there from Dorian Webber.
Yeah, hard to see from our vantage point, but...
Whatever it was, Dorian Webber's body weight, falling down on an injured
no.
arm is hard to recover from. But Kokiri's, I don't want to say powering out, these are very weak-looking kickouts, but he's still in the game. Dorian is executing his strategy at this point to a masterful effect. Kokiri is a tough man, he's a powerful man, but Dorian Webber really has done his scouting at this point. I don't know what that was from Dorian. I've never seen a Finslap like that before.
Definitely unique. Oh!
Almost a modified neck breaker at that point, using his own body weight to spin Kokiri around.
Dare say it was instinct on Kokiri. It's like his body just reacted and kicked out then. I don't know how aware he was of what was happening.
I don't know if you can see from the cameras picking it up, but the look in Kokiri's eyes, he doesn't look like he's all there at that moment, that point. That little neck slap from Dorian Webber might have really done Kokiri in. I think Kokiri is working on fumes at this point. But maybe a little bit more than fumes. Oh, the big suplex.
Yeah, butterfly double underhook suplex.
But a more unique offense there from one of these two men.
Got to capitalize.
Going into the deep waters of this match, we're seeing both of these men deliver offense that we've never seen before. And Kokiri gearing up now, maybe for his big flying kick that he's won so many matches with. He's got Dorian Webber stunned. Oh, but Dorian saw it coming straight with a back elbow. And Kokiri with all of that momentum, that might be the end of Kokiri.
Oh, beautiful.
A modified Eye of the Hurricane from Dorian Webber.
3.
And Dorian Webber.
The winner of the fall, Dorian Webber.
Winner of the match.
Yeah, I'll get you to announce that.
And the winner of the match, Dorian Webber!
You're terribly excited.
Dorian Webber there played a strategy, played scouting to its perfection. He clearly knew what Kokiri was up to. Clearly knew what Kokiri was up to. Clearly knew what Kokiri's offense looked like. And Dorian Webber played the counter offense game to perfection. And scored himself one heck of a win against a guy like Kokiri. I don't know if I'd quite consider it an upset, but it was a statement, put it that way. Not to take anything away from Kokiri there, he fought one hell of a fight. Tried to counter out of every single one of Dorian's mind games, out of his unique offense. And on any other day, Kokiri could have walked away with the win, but today is not that day.
The Alphas!
And we are back with tag team action.
2 out of 3 falls here instead of our normal traditional rounds match. Alphas of Auckland, 2 men that are well versed in tag teaming with each other against Zach Hayle and Bobby Wisheart, who are well versed in tag team wrestling but not so much with each other, which could lead to some interesting mistakes from these two.
Absolutely.
They're really going to need to be on their game.
Zach Hayle of New Blood, Bobby Wisheart of the Flavor.
And in their own right, 2 very well-versed tag team wrestlers.
Yeah.
Bobby Wisheart normally would tag with Dev Cairo as the Flavor. And Zach Hayle, you'd normally see him with Kid Nova as one half of as of New Blood, the IPW Aotearoa tag team champions.
You know, I was going to call these guys New Flavor, but it reminds me a little too much of a particular restaurant that overcharged me for noodles, so I think I'm going to call them Blood Flavor instead.
Yeah, well, a little bit less flavour than I'd be keen on, but...
You want more bloody flavour? Is that what you're saying?
Oh my god, I don't know if I want that either. Bobby Wisheart now really giving Leon a little bit of a taste of his own medicine there, a little bit of disrespect, rubbing his face into the mat. Yeah. And the Alphas of Auckland, 2 men very well versed in mind games with their little Alpha University of Testosterone antics.
Hey.
You don't want to take these 2 men lightly. Leon Diamond is a little weasel. He knows how to get out of holds.
Little weasel.
He knows how to wrestle his way out of holds. He's a lot more effective at the technical game than people give him credit for. and he is not scared of taking a shortcut. But his tag team partner, Jack Maximum, is a very strong brute of a man. Told me he has a single-handed 600 kilogram deadlift.
Wow.
Not sure I believe that.
Why would he lie?
Why indeed?
Seems like a very specific thing to lie about. Right now,
I've never seen it happen, put it that way.
Bobby Wisheart having all he can take of Leon Diamond's ankle.
And it looks like Bobby Wisheart and Zach Hayle have got a bit of a strategy at this point. Isolate the smaller man with being Leon Diamond.
Yeah.
Go after the leg. And keep Jack Maximum out of the match. And I tell you what, if I was facing the Alphas of Auckland, that'd probably be the best strategy to go for. Jack Maximum is a very strong, fearsome opponent, and you do not want him in that match. He could be a game changer if Leon Diamond can tag him in.
Such great fashion sense as well.
Yeah, it's all right. I wouldn't wear it to work, but it'll do.
Hey. He's wearing it to work right now.
Wow, if anyone's going to work right now, it's Zach Hayle. He is not letting Leon Diamond take even a breath out of that side headlock. Leon's managing to fight out on his feet. But the tag team experience here from Zach Hayle, straight away getting his body in between Leon Diamond and Jack Maximum, preventing an accidental tag.
It's like a cravat there.
And it looks like, yeah, with a nice cravat, knew Bobby Wisheart would tag himself in. And these two men might not be familiar with tag teaming with each other, but are certainly well versed in tag team wrestling. And Bobby Wisheart again, understanding tag team wrestling well, keeping Leon Diamond in the friendly corner and away from Jack Maximum. And these two, Wisheart and Hayle, blood flavor as you want to call them, they are executing their strategy to perfection at this point. We haven't even seen Jack Maximum get even close to a tag. Again, Zach Hayle back in the match. Both of these men controlling Leon Diamond expertly. And if these two can keep this strategy up for the entire match, they just need to do this twice.
Simple but effective by Hayle.
Lads, tag team strategy 101. Isolate an opponent. And look at the strategy there from Zach Hayle. Leon Diamond kicked out. Hadn't even rolled over from the kick out, and Zach Hayle had locked in the arm. That disrespectful, I don't want to call it a nipple noogie, but it was something.
Okay, Greco-Roman armpit grinder.
I can't say I've ever seen it happen in the Olympics, but there's a lot I haven't seen in the Olympics. Zach Hayle now grinding Leon Diamond, going for multiple pinfalls. It might not win you the match, but it helps exhaust your opponent. And in a 2 out of 3 falls match, you really need your stamina in play to win not only 1, but 2 individual matches. And there I said, the little weasel, not afraid of taking a cheap shot with an eye rake. Zach Hayle not taking that line down. Leon going for a side headlock of his own again. Leon Diamond.
Mating call of the Auckland Alphas there.
Oh, that's a scary thought I don't want to think about. Leon Diamond there using... Oh my God, that elbow caught him right under the chin.
Just clipped him there.
I think Leon just rolled with that. And Zach Hayle a little bit of one-upsmanship with that shoulder block.
And these fans proudly behind, I've got to believe, for the Alphas of Auckland.
I can't imagine that's true, but surprise tag in there from Bobby Wisheart. I don't know if Leon Diamond saw that coming, but he sure as hell didn't see that coming. Bobby Wisheart now the legal man. Oh, but it looks like Jack Maximum has had enough of this, inserting himself into the match. Oh, but a double dropkick from Wisheart and Hayle. I think Jack Maximum might have sacrificed his body there to give Leon Diamond a little bit of time to recover. And as I said, these two expert in mind games, good at tag team strategy, and not afraid to take a shortcut, whipping both of these Wisheart and Hayle off the top rope. Oh, but basement drop kicks from the two of them.
Well,
And right to the back as well, completely undefended. And Blood Flavor is in control.
Blood Flavor. What a horrifying name.
Well, I don't want to remind you of the noodles. Bobby Wisheart right now, the legal man with Leon Diamond. Despite Jack Maximum and Zach Hayle getting themselves involved in the match. It looks like senior referee there, Matt Rhodes, trying to get back in control. Ordering all men back to their respective corners.
And Matt Rhodes is doing a good job trying to keep track of everybody here.
And I tell you what, if there's two men that are going to be challenging to keep track of, it's the alphas of Auckland. Because if you turn your back on a man like Jack Maximum, as the referee, he is going to be taking cheap shots and they're going to be cheating.
They're going to be hard to keep track of because they're going straight to the top, Fabulance. You watch this.
Not entirely sure what they go to the top of, but
That reversal.
again, Jack.
Hey,
Oh, and a big crossbody there from Bobby Wisheart. A move. He
Well-
often deals with very good offense. A very good effect.
Hey, the Alphas of Auckland are showing me something here tonight. I think a lot of people write them off. They're still hanging in there with two members of two of the best tag teams in the country. So
Well, that's the interesting thing. Yeah, Leon Diamond here has taken one hell of a beating throughout this match.
yeah, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and
It seems like it. He's still kicking out, and he's still kicking out strongly.
really fast.
And Zach Hayle here and Bobby Wisheart doing
Annoying if you can't turn him off.
it's a little bit. But if anyone's going to turn you off and shut you down, it's Zach Hayle and Bobby Wisheart. And they're doing it, chipping away at Leon Diamond. Again, going for a pinfall.
See, Zach Hayle knows better than that. He should have hooked the leg.
He absolutely should have. A little bit of a...
Taking a moment to play to the crowd.
And an effective pinfall. You can get a pin over a weaker move. You don't have to necessarily hit your finisher. If you hit it, get a really strong pin on an opponent, you can win off anything.
Exactly.
And hooking the leg is step one of that. Zach Hayle now maybe feeling it a little bit, playing with the crowd, playing with Leon Diamond. This is a little bit of a mistake here from Zach Hayle. If he gives Leon Diamond an opening, Leon's going to take it. The the disrespect again from Zach Hayle. Going for a third shot with a little bit of spice on it.
Is that what we call it?
Well, I'm not going to check, put it that way. Zach Hayle there, maybe learning a little bit.
That was a pin.
Going for a strong pin there, rolling up that leg. And again, we have not seen Jack Maximum get involved in this match. Hayle and Wisheart have been playing their strategy to perfection, isolating Diamond. But you got to worry, these two men are getting a little bit cocky at this point. Hayle was playing to the crowd a little bit. And Wisheart throwing Leon out of the ring and giving him a little bit of breathing room to recover. A little bit of viciousness there from Zach Hayle, knocking Jack Maximum off the apron.
It looks like they're going to fly.
Well, they've got something planned, put it that way. Oh my God, a bit of tag team offense there from Jack Maximum and Leon Diamond. And what it said there earlier, Bobby Wisheart.
What is Jack Maximum doing?
Winner of your first fall, the Alphas of Auckland. And what I said earlier there, Bobby Wisheart and Zach Hayle, excellent tag team competitors, but not necessarily with each other.
No.
And maybe Bobby Wisheart was expecting Zach Hayle to be somewhere he wasn't, but Zach Hayle was expecting Bobby Wisheart to be somewhere he wasn't, and that's where these mistakes come from. And the Alphas of Auckland taking full advantage of that with a vicious DDT and some double offense here. Zach Hayle is only now clawing himself onto the apron.
They just need one more pin or submission to win this.
And that's all the Alphas need. They saw an opening. And they took it to masterful effect. And that's what I said. Leon Diamond is such a little weasel. If you give him such a tiny opening, he will take it. And Jack Maximum there is, I don't want to say bodyguard, but is heavy. It makes for a very effective tag team.
I believe they call themselves hetero life partners.
That's one way of calling it. Oh, and we saw there the power of Jack Maximum. Almost with one arm, threw Bobby Wisheart across the ring. And Bobby has not moved. And sure, you might see padding on those turnbuckles, but it's a thin bit of padding and a solid steel turnbuckle. It hurts like hell when your upper back hits that. Oh, and the right hands by Jack rocking Bobby Wisheart. And Bobby straight into that turnbuckle, straight into that corner post, I should say. And Bobby is limp. He hasn't moved under his own power since hitting that turnbuckle.
Well, Diamond spanking Bobby there.
Bit of unique offense there.
Sure there's an audience for that.
Now someone's going to pay for it. But I think Bobby now is paying for the offense done to Leon Diamond earlier in the match. So those body shots that Leon Diamond often throws right under your ribs are extremely effective. And he is pinpoint accurate with those, getting straight to the kidneys and the liver with those shots. They can do some big, big damage to you. It doesn't take many body shots to really take you out of the match. Bobby Wisheart is a strong competitor, tough competitor, fighting back against Diamond. But it looks like Wisheart really struggling to get to his tag team partner.
Like I say, I've got to wonder what effect the heat and the humidity is having on
Well, that doesn't help either. It's extremely hot today, very, very humid. It's going to make it a lot harder for Bobby Wisheart to recover. And you saw there, Bobby had a clear opening to his own tag team partner to tag in and just couldn't get to Zach Hayle. Really struggled to get to his feet, struggled to get to his friendly tag team. And maybe a little bit of miscommunication here, not, again, between Wisheart and Hayle, not understanding where the other man's going to be. And Maximum taking a little bit of a shortcut there, choking Bobby Wisheart against the corner.
Shortcut to victory, maybe.
Well, at the end of the day, in a couple of months' time, no one's going to remember how the Alphas of Auckland won. They're just going to remember that they did.
Probably because they'll put up billboards all over the city advertising the fact that they did.
Well, yeah, they won't let you forget it. Jack Maximum there going for a bit of a chokeslam.
1, 2, 3.
Desperation pinfall there. Winner of the second fall, Bobby Wisheart and Zach Hayle.
And we are all tied up. It's 1 fall left.
And it looks like
And a
Hayle
super kick by Hayle.
and he is wasting no time. Hayle with a massive super kick.
Oh, a modified regal neck breaker.
It looks like Leon Diamond blindsided Zach Hayle with that neck breaker. I thought we were going to see some very fast and very dangerous offense there from Zach Hayle, but Leon Diamond shut that down really quick. And like the little weasel he is, straight into Zach's blindside, shut down the match.
And I think one of the children in the audience is expressing how we all feel, perhaps, about Leon Diamond. Trying to get that chant started.
He makes me want to cry as well. Bobby Wisheart trying to signal to Zach Hayle where he is. Zach Hayle is stunned. Absolutely stunned. Desperation shot against Jack Maximum there from Hayle. Trying to wear the bigger man down with these big forearms. And I'll tell you what, Maximum looks stunned. Oh, but maybe not. Oh! Hayle saw that lariat coming a mile away. Hayle kick, stunning Jack Maximum. And Hayle, I don't know if this is the smartest thing to be doing there, letting his pride take over. Should have maybe tagged in Bobby Wisheart. But those big running chops, taking the wind out of Maximum. Oh! I thought Jack was going to deploy the power game there against Zach Hayle, but Zach countered that using his momentum against him with a bit of a flatliner into the middle turnbuckle. And Zach Hayle has got Jack Maximum stunned. And tagging in Bobby Wisheart, looking for some looking for some tag team offense there. Leon Diamond trying to get himself into the ring. I don't know what we're going to see here. Oh, but blood flavor clearly in control with a double suplex on both of the Alphas. Maybe Leon Diamond should have stayed in his own corner. Hopefully he learns a lesson. Hopefully he learns a lesson from taking that double suplex. Bobby Wisheart and Leon and Jack Maximum, the legal man Bobby Wisheart, very familiar with the top rope with that tornado DDT. A move that has won him match after match after match.
And will it win this match?
A little bit slow to the cover.
No. Jack Maximum showing maximum effort kicking out.
It was a little bit of a slow kick out, but I tell you what, it doesn't matter how you kick out as long as you do.
Exactly.
But just as Maximum getting to his feet, Hayle with that brutal kick. And Leon breaks up the pinfall. After that spinning enziguri there from Zach Hayle, that had to have been the end of the match for Jack Maximum. Leon Diamond just saved it for the Alphas.
Well, that remains to be seen. I don't know if he saved much there.
No, playing a little bit too much to the crowd, playing a little bit too much to his own confidence. Bobby going for a big super kick.
In that waist-up position.
Leon Diamond, a bit of a malfunction there. Bobby ducking.
What happened there?
It looked like he sort of back-arched out of that chop. I don't think Bobby knows what just happened, but the Alphas...
either that or Jack Maximum just was still knocked silly, didn't know which one was his partner.
I don't think either of them knew what was going on. Surprise tag there by Jack Maximum. Bobby Wisheart saw that out of the corner of his eye, and a big code breaker there onto Jack. A little bit of confusion there, I think, from the Alphas. I think they thought they got a blind tag. Bobby clearly saw it out of the corner of his eye. And Hayle going to the top rope again. Just like Bobby, familiar with that top rope, but Jack using the ring to his advantage. It might be a low blow. It might be technically against the rules, I guess, but I mean, Jack didn't deliver what the ring did.
Yeah.
And Matt giving a little bit of leeway here to the Alphas of Auckland. A little bit of leeway I would have given them.
Yes.
And Zach is in a dangerous position at this point on the top rope. Jack just needs to hit him hard enough. Oh, and a double drop kick there by Zach Hayle. Taking Jack almost to the other side of the ring. And Leon getting the tag in, but didn't even get in the ring before Zach shut that down. Oh, backstabber there by Wisheart. Into Zach Hayle. Into a nice fireman's carry here. Oh, and a big, almost a modified go to sleep there with that spinning back kick.
There we go.
Your winners of the match, Zach Hayle and Bobby Wisheart. And some very unique combination offense there with the backstabber and that spinning back kick from Zach Hayle wins them the match.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the go to sleep done quite that way.
That was very, very unique. I've never seen that happen. The Alphas might have been in control for a long portion of that match, but it looks like some miscommunication from the Alphas really cost them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at Traditional Wrestling Rounds action for our main event now. Frankie Quinn versus Tommy Fusion, two extremely popular and extremely talented wrestlers. Tommy Fusion, if we can run down his accolades, won championships in 2 of the promotions he has wrestled in. Just completed his rookie year. And what an absolutely stellar rookie year Tommy Fusion has had, with some wins over some massive names at New Zealand wrestling, just recently including Vinnie Dunn of all people. But his opponent, the champion, Frankie Quinn, has held the Hughes Academy Championship now since its inauguration, when they combined the Hughes Academy Men's and the Hughes Academy Women's Championship, and she has beaten everyone that has come against her. Some fearsome competitors with people like Rough Guts, JT Hollow, Phoenix Talion. No one, and Dorian Weber twice, no one seems to have figured out Frankie Quinn.
Well, I'd just like to point out, I haven't had the opportunity to figure out Frankie Quinn yet.
No, I mean, if you think you can beat her, you can email HughesAcademyManagement@gmail.com, and they might give you a
Let me
shot.
write that down. I'm just going to say as I write that email address down.
And both of these competitors extremely quick, extremely good at the counter-offense game.
That belt felt pretty good in my hands.
It's a heavy, heavy belt, but it's a beautiful belt. It's the Hughes Academy Championship. So far, Frankie Quinn, the only person to hold that belt. And are we going to see Tommy Fusion be the first person to take it off her?
Well, looks like Tommy's playing dirty a little bit there. It looked like he was pulling hair.
Yeah, a little bit more of a aggressive Tommy Fusion than we normally see. Normally he's a lot more fun-loving and a lot more clean.
Yeah, I'm dragging into an armbar, but he knows what's on the line here tonight.
Well, that's what I was mentioning before, the counter-offense game there. Tommy Fusion, as you said, he knows what's on the line with the Hughes Academy Championship, and not giving Frankie a room to breathe.
No.
Straight from an arm drag into an armbar. And that's a veteran move there, not giving you... Normally you do an arm drag, your opponent rolls through and you follow up with something. But Tommy did not give Frankie the opportunity to do that and stayed on that armbar. And that is a veteran move. And for a guy who's just completed his first year in competitive wrestling, is impressive. But I tell you what, Tommy's had 1 year, but Frankie's had over 15 years in wrestling. She is very well versed in the ring. And if she knows her way out of a hold, anyone knows their way out of a hold. It's Frankie Quinn. And knowing your way out of a hold, what a vicious boot that was. Oh, no! Frankie was going for that hurricanrana that she's so well versed in. But Tommy's clearly done his homework, straight with a vicious spinning backbreaker.
And he gets him one, though, and he gets him one.
Well, that's the thing. Frankie Quinn is a tough opponent. Even getting a 2 count on Frankie Quinn, I can tell you from experience, is hard work. But Tommy has targeted that back with the backbreaker, rolled straight from suplex into pinfall. Again, another...
Didn't have a good lateral press over the shoulders, though.
It wasn't a strong pin, but maybe it was a pin designed to send a message to Frankie more than to win the match. And Frankie fighting back from her knees with those vicious strikes, but a big back elbow from Tommy Fusion. And he deploys that back elbow with vicious effect in so many of his matches.
You know, for bodies.
Big
That's
body
exactly what it
slam.
was.
Again, targeting the back.
I don't know if that crack was the ring or Quinn's spine.
What remains of Quinn's spine after that big backbreaker. It looks like
2 there. Tommy
Tommy has a strategy and he is executing it. He has targeted the back of Frankie Quinn. And if you can deal enough back damage to someone, it really starts making your extremities tingle. It's not like targeting a leg where your arms still work or your other leg still works. Every one of your limbs starts to tingle. They all start to get weaker. You can really do some damage to someone.
1 minute remains in this round. 1 minute.
And Tommy Fusion driving Frankie into the ring. Has in full control over Frankie Quinn with this rear chin lock. Oh, and a big hammer and elbow. Hammer and anvil elbow, I should say. And Tommy Fusion is feeling it. He knows he's in control. Oh, and a big running drop kick.
I think Tommy enjoys having the fans kind of on his back too. No.
And we might have seen a very, very late first fall into the first round.
Yeah, I think similar to Spartan earlier, Tommy's kind of leaning into this darker, edgier side in this match.
Tommy really, he understands the pressure that he's under. First massive championship here with the Hughes Academy Championship. This is a big, prestigious belt. And if he could be the first man to take this belt off Frankie Quinn, that's a massive statement for the man. At the end of the first round, Tommy Fusion has been very dangerous, but clean break. Clean break there from Tommy Fusion. I thought we were going to see something a little bit dirty.
Yeah, so do I, but he's got this cockiness to him as he's springing around the corner. He might want to save that energy.
Yeah,
Frankie Quinn, she's demure, she's smaller, but she's no one to mess around with.
Well, Frankie Quinn is usually the smaller opponent in a match, so she is well versed to fighting someone who's bigger and stronger than she is.
Yeah, I think her approach reminds me of a Rey Mysterio, who's often the smallest in the fight.
There we go, straight into our second round. And Frankie Quinn, I think, baited Tommy Fusion in there, was really acting sort of exhausted in the corner. Baited Tommy Fusion into to run at her, almost a sunset flip. That could have been a desperation pin, but Tommy Fusion kicking out and delivering a straight drop kick. Right to the shoulder of Frankie Quinn as well. She's clearly feeling something. Something's astray. And Conan giving Frankie Quinn a little bit of breathing room. Tommy Fusion straight on the offense. Oh, and a big suplex going back to the back of Frankie. And Tommy is in control, and he knows it.
Tommy wants that belt.
Looks like he's starting to get a little bit... Yeah, well, I can't say I blame him. He's starting to feel a little bit cocky at this point. Tommy Fusion dragging Frankie up. But Frankie... You take your eye off her for 1 second and she's straight away with the offense with a wheelbarrow bulldog. And Tommy is stunned. Frankie with a desperation pinfall. Just getting a close to fall. Close to count, I should say. And as we've seen all night, the winner of the first fall is such a psychological boost. Both of these competitors want that boost and want that boost of confidence. Oh my God!
I'm not sure what that was.
I think Tommy calls that an Emerald Fusion. And a 3 count. Tommy getting a 3 count on Frankie Quinn.
The winner of the fall and the round, Tommy Fusion.
And I was just saying there, the psychological boost that you can get out of being the man to get the first fall. And it was Tommy with that Emerald Fusion, and Frankie has not even moved. I don't know if she even knows that she's been pinned.
I don't know if she knows the round is over. I don't even know if she can continue.
She is clutching the back of her head. Her back has got to be absolutely killing her after this offense that Tommy is.
And head as well.
And look at Tommy. He is perched on the top like a vulture. He is ready to pick the bones of Frankie Quinn. And Frankie can barely stand, still clutching the back of the head after that Emerald Fusion. And Tommy looks like he's going for the move again.
No.
Well, we talked about baiting your opponent in. I think Frankie was maybe playing a little bit of possum there, baiting Tommy Fusion in, but Tommy not letting up the offense.
No, not at all. And
normally
Quinn sent literally across the ring.
Well, normally you'd bait your opponent in, go for a pinfall, and get some surprise offense in. Tommy saw that coming a mile away.
Something's come over Tommy Fusion.
Again, straight to the suplex, which...
I'd like it if it wasn't so scary.
Right, it is a little bit frightening. Oh, that big back elbow from Tommy Fusion. Frankie looks out of it. She's well enough into it to know where she is in the ring.
And to let the ref know as well.
Tommy a little bit, maybe lazy, not pulling Frankie into the middle of the ring. Oh, vicious elbow right to the side of Frankie's head.
Nasty.
And you see Tommy Fusion holding the arm like that, so Frankie can not only not defend herself, but also Tommy pulls Frankie in, so get that little bit of extra momentum, really drive the offense off that elbow to the side of the head.
Nasty is all I can say.
Here's a vicious, vicious move.
Oh!
But speaking of viciousness,
No.
Frankie, I think we saw viciousness from Tommy Fusion before. I think that slap just awoke a little bit more viciousness. Bit of ground and pound offense there from Tommy Fusion, and Frankie is struggling to get to the bottom rope. And this double leg Boston Crab, not only does it do damage to your thigh muscles and your leg, but it really torques your lower back. And that back that Frankie Quinn has been damaged over and over again in this match has got to be screaming in pain. I don't know how Frankie is standing right now. Their spine has got to be screaming. Oh, what a vicious chop from Frankie Quinn. And I guess we say
hanging in there.
Yeah, I guess we say they're struggling to stand. Almost collapsing after that chop.
Quinn trying to get this audience behind her.
This is where we normally see Frankie Quinn deliver those vicious double knees. And straight up. Oh, he saw Tommy Fusion clearly knew what he was doing. Caught Frankie.
What is he going for?
Looks like he's muscling Frankie Quinn up. Oh my God!
Powerbomb!
The power of Tommy Fusion standing with another person on his shoulders.
No, Frankie just gets up.
Oh, and that was a weak kick out from Frankie Quinn.
That, like we've said earlier, instinct. That's all that was.
That had to be just instinct. The whiplash of the back of your head slamming onto the mat after a powerbomb like that. The damage to the spine that Frankie has already taken. I don't know how Frankie kicked out of that powerbomb. But we might be on the verge of a new champion at this point. Because Tommy is firmly in control. I don't think I've ever seen Frankie Quinn in this much danger in one of her championship matches. Ever. Frankie there trying to get the crowd behind her. Really trying to fire herself up. Tommy Fusion looks a little bit stunned there. I think he thought that Frankie was out a little bit more than she really is, but she is fighting back again. What a vicious right hand that was. Oh, and what a chop from Frankie. My God, I think I felt that at commentary. And Frankie Quinn might be turning into desperation mode at this point. Those strikes were vicious.
There we go, those knees again.
I don't know if that was a risky maneuver. Tommy had already counted out of that move once before. But gone for it once before. Oh, and maybe went for it again too many times. Tommy not letting her get the offense in.
1, 2, kicks out.
And that was a really tight cover from Tommy.
Yeah.
If he had hooked the arm as well as the leg, we might have just had a new champion. Because again, Frankie Quinn's kickouts are getting weaker and weaker.
Yep, they absolutely are. And
We might be just counting down. We might be just counting down the seconds of Frankie Quinn's title reign at this point. As we end round 3.
this concludes the 3rd round.
Whoops. And that has got to be absolutely heartbreaking for Frankie. Frankie was finally in control of this match, was finally getting back some offense in against Tommy Fusion and the bell rings.
Hey, she's got 2 rounds to do it, but you got to start wondering at some point if the referee is going to make that call. And want to see Frankie fight another day. This has just been an onslaught.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's the referee's got to make a judgment call, and if one of the competitors can't defend themselves, and if they can't fight back, then the referee has to make the call to end the match. And Frankie Quinn's a proud lady. She will not tap out, and she will not quit, despite it maybe being in her best offense. But I tell you what, not being able to defend yourself, Frankie Quinn still fighting back, still defending herself, but not enough. Again, straight back to that suplex.
Cracking suplex.
And Tommy floating over into the cover.
No.
And Frankie kicking out. But Tommy is in firm control. And I tell you what, I don't know how Frankie is fighting back at this point. The beating that she has taken from Tommy Fusion, the damage to her back has got to be excruciating.
Must be
but
on.
still we're seeing her fight back.
Must be on autopilot.
It has to be. And these strikes from Tommy just driving Frankie into the corner. Oh my God! Oh! Dragon suplex right to the back of the head. The Emerald Fusion took Frankie Quinn out one an earlier fall. This has got to be doing it.
No. She's still in it. She's still in it.
She's still in it, but barely. Talk about Frankie running on autopilot. It looking like it's happening. That Dragon suplex is a dangerous move, dropping you on the back of your head. And Frankie clutching the back of the head from the Dragon suplex. She has got to be in so much pain. And you take a shot like that to the back of your head, not only does it obviously rattle your head, but your vision starts to blur, you start to not be able to think. It can do so much untold damage.
Frankie has taken a lot of head damage in this match. And
oh, and a little bit more there with a rolling neck breaker.
So Frankie kicks out.
Didn't get the arm up though. That was a weak kick out from poor Frankie.
A roll up.
It was. I think she's on autopilot at this point. We are certainly counting down the minutes of Frankie's title reign at this point. I think this might be a foregone conclusion.
If she can't muster something, I absolutely think it'll be a foregone conclusion.
Well, it looks like Tommy's again going for the Dragon suplex. Dealt horrific damage to the back of Frankie's head before, but Frankie countering out of it. Oh, the unique cover at this point. And Frankie's back in it. Frankie is one fall apiece.
The winner of the fall, Frankie Quinn. We are now tied at 1 fall apiece with 1 round remaining.
2 rounds. 2 rounds remaining. That was the 4th.
All right, yes.
I would just like to clarify, I've had 1 too many Coca-Colas. There are 2 rounds remaining. 2 rounds remaining.
And Tommy Fusion is clearly feeling it. Oh! Jesus, and I think he felt that.
I think his ancestors felt that.
Oh my God. Frankie Quinn. I mean, you could have broken your hand on. Oh, but Frankie Quinn straight out of the corner with a big lariat. Again with a big clothesline. Frankie is firing up. And it was like.
Absolutely is. Realizes their title's on the line.
We were 2 or 3 minutes ago just saying that Frankie Quinn is out of this match and out on her feet. And she is now firing back with a vengeance. Going straight into that tilt-a-whirl DDT. I think Frankie has heard their 1 fall remaining. Bit of an accidental caller there on your part. I think you might have actually just cost Tommy Fusion the match. Frankie Quinn is firing up.
I can't say that I hate costing Tommy Fusion the match, so I'll own that one.
Frankie is in desperation mode, though. That was some big offense to Tommy Fusion. Close 2 count. Still not enough, though. But again, both of these competitors just need one big move left to win the match.
Look, whoever comes out of this, the winner is going to deserve to be the winner.
Oh, they have earned their spot as the champion, whoever it is. And Frankie Quinn, some vicious kicks and strikes there. Tommy blocking the suplex, though. Oh, and another neck breaker. Straight to the back of the head.
Well, she's done, says
And it
Tommy.
looks like Tommy's going back to the Emerald Fusion. Oh, and Frankie counters it with a reverse DDT. A little back of the head action in return for Tommy Fusion.
That'll do it.
But Frankie, you'd have expected her to roll over into cover at that point, but
So she's got
really
something else in
struggling
mind.
to get to her feet.
Well,
It looks like Frankie's setting up for sliced bread at this point. Oh, Oh, and she delivers the sliced bread bulldog, rolling straight into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Your winner of the match and still Hughes Academy champion, Frankie Quinn. And what a match. Tommy Fusion, a much more vicious Tommy Fusion than we have normally seen, in firm control for a lot of that match. But Frankie Quinn, again, showing how tough she is, showing how experienced she is, and showing how dangerous she is by clawing back victory over Tommy Fusion. I know Frankie's maybe not quite done with Tommy at this point. And I don't know if Tommy even knows that he's won. Or knows that he hasn't won.
Oh, there's a lot of things Tommy doesn't know.
Looks like Frankie there showing a bit of respect to Tommy Fusion, and he earned it.
First time a woman has ever hugged Tommy Fusion too, I believe.
It wouldn't surprise me.
But what a hell of a match, Fabulence. What a hell of a show.
I tell you what, this match could have gone in either direction, and both of these competitors would have earned that victory. But tonight, Frankie Quinn is the champion. But I tell you what, if we get a rematch between these two, we might see a very different result.
No doubt.